The following program is brought to you by Blood, Sweat, Tears, and listeners like you. To support this show and all of the shows within Twib Nation, consider becoming a subscriber of our pay service, The Twibularity, at twib.me/subscribe. That's twib.me/subscribe. Or you can give a one-time donation at donate.twib.me. That's donate.twib.me. We've all learned how important media is and who tells our stories. Help us be the media that you want to hear and that the media is afraid to hear. It's kind of hard to listen to yourself become irrelevant.
This is Twib Nation.
Good afternoon. Today is Monday, January 25th, and today on Twib Prime, Ta-Nehisi Coates takes on the Bernie Bros on Twitter, Danny Devito weighs in on the Oscar boycott, and Donald Trump's national spokesperson defends her comments calling President Obama a half-breed. All this and more with Team Blackness on Twib Prime.
So from now on, whenever you hear these horns, just know you are now entering the blackness. Collard greens, cornbread, and the catfish. Malcolm X and Dr. King with a blackfish. We are live, son. This is blackness. You are now entering the blackness. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and the classics. Real love, the opposite of ratchet. We are live, son. This is blackness. When they hit me, they say...
What is going on, people? We are back. This is This Week in Blackness Prime. I am your host, Elon James White. With me, as per usual, is Team Blackness, consisting of Captain, Lieutenant, General, Professor. On occasion, he is some sort of doctor. He is the Negro Jon Snow in our Negro Game of Thrones. We have Aaron Rand Freeman. Sir.
And for those that were wondering why we're late again, I'd just like to remind everyone that independent media is not like quick grits. It takes a while to cook.
That's not a good reason.
What? It is why, yes.
But that's not a good reason.
It is a fine reason. That's why.
I
media just doesn't happen.
Guess what?
You can't just microwave. You can't just microwave.
As the dude who has to make sure this happens, it's not. There's no good excuse, Aaron. We just have to get our shit together, and we're close. That's what. As opposed to saying that it takes time. It takes time to cook. We need to like what you should say is, we're getting there. Don't worry about it.
I was quoting historical black potential Super Bowl winning quarterback Cam Newton after his rousing destruction of the Arizona Cardinals, putting yet another black quarterback in the Super Bowl. I was quoting what he said. I understand that y'all will be there. We'll be ready in a minute. But also, his long cooked collard greens metaphor was the greatest thing I have ever heard.
I see. Yeah. I'll accept your Cam Newton-ness of this.
Hold on, wait. You know we're going to watch the Super Bowl now, right?
Of course we're going to watch the Super Bowl. I watch the Super Bowl every year.
Whenever there's a possibility of a black question, that's my decree now. Whenever there is a possibility of a black person winning a Super Bowl, I'm going to make sure.
I watch the Super Bowl every year, sir.
I do too, but now I'm going to make it a thing where people who don't watch football got to be in the room while this goes down.
Sir, I will have the football game on. I probably will order some food. There'll be have a mini party. I don't want to say I'm going to throw a Super Bowl party because I don't really want to throw a party. Want to throw 4 people can show up.
Yeah,
and that's like, hey, you want to watch it? And that's that.
I'm gonna put food on this table.
Right. Because a party implies because we have a housewarming party coming up, and you have to be prepared for all that. But I don't Super Bowl. Listen, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna order some food. Do y'all want to come over? Y'all can bring some food and drink too, but I'll have some food and drink, and we can food and drink together.
Mm-hmm.
Also with us, she's angry, she's black, she's some sort of lady, she's the founder of the Angry Black Lady Chronicles, she's a senior legal analyst here in Twib Nation, she's the gun jumper in chief and overall problem and a half, and she might be invited to my mini Super Bowl. I don't know what it is yet. We have, if she acts right, because, I don't know, she don't be acting right. We have Imani Gandy, madam.
I'm looking real hard at this news sticker we got going down on the bottom there.
Why don't you talk in your microphone?
This here news sticker, and did I just see that Charlie Hunnam, that the white guy from Pacific Rim and Sons of Anarchy, is playing a Mexican-American drug lord?
Yeah, we live in America. That's what we do here.
What the...
That's what happens in America.
And Aaron, we are connected to Twib FM, right? Make sure that we are up and running, because someone said that it wasn't working or something, so I just wanted to make sure.
Not amused!
Okay, I like that Imani is getting the news from the news ticker that we're currently on. Imani, that's not how this should work. Imani's literally watching the news ticker from her monitor and going I didn't know that.
It's very informative.
Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not going to lie, that is annoying but you know, I just
What?
was
I
fine-
mean, reading our news ticker.
Yeah.
No, not the news.
First of all,
ticker,
that
no.
was too close to news nigga. Like, you're like, a news ticker. Look, like, I didn't like it. Well, you said
What's
that
up
at
with
all.
that news ticker?
I don't like.
Nigga?
I need you to not say that like that.
Hey,
Don't do that.
Hey, how you doing, nigga?
Hey,
Hey, nigga, what you doing?
Hey, nigga, what you doing?
Hey, nigga, what you doing? Yeah.
Only people who've been listening for at least a year understand that joke.
Yeah, it's
Shout out
tough.
to Amber Flame, the new hand of Twib Nation. She got us on top of our news ticker thing because we have to like all that information has to be put in, and so she actually said, "Hey, could you do that?" And now we have the news tickers back. Yay! We might be late as shit. But we look good. That's it. Like I'm not even like say Aaron's like the independent media is a slow cookie. Yes, it would probably be a little bit faster if there was more than two Negroes like tapping their way back here while Imani just like sits there and mocks us the whole time, which is what happens. Like just in case you want to know how this works, me and Aaron are just like Aaron, what's going on? And Imani's in the corner going.
Like, what are you guys doing in there?
And then,
in the masturbation dungeon.
She'll literally walk in and go like, "What's up?" and then just walk out the room. Just like,
I
and
don't
like,
know shit about any of the technical stuff. So
but
I'm literally useless.
you never say, "Hey, is there something I can learn here to be a part of this?"
Why would I do that? That's crazy. I got enough shit to do. Me learning a whole new. Hey, why don't you learn engineering, audio engineering? Okay. Doesn't make any sense.
You could help out. I'm just
I
saying.
help
like,
by being here.
I mean, is your presence
my
a charity?
presence is exactly.
Is your
That's
presence
exactly
charity?
right.
Are you jigging out? You Kanye?
I'm Kanye. I'm the Kanye at Twitter.
Okay, Weezy. No, you're not. Don't say that.
I-G's Gweezy?
What are you saying? I don't even know what you're saying right
I'm
now.
trying to
That
do
was
Imani
wrong,
Gandy. I-Geezy. I-Geezy? No? Fine.
If you want to be Igeezy, we will call you
I
that.
don't
That will
wanna
be
be
that. Oh, I forgot Aaron supposed to be correspondent to Fox News. Remind me to make sure his title is right. Aaron is
Fox News correspondent.
Fox News correspondent, Aaron. I know you thought you got away with that because you thought I would forget. Nah, son. You were Fox News correspondent.
What are you talking about? I heard Ted Cruz is also quarter French. How about that?
What does that have to do with anything at all?
It's sources, journalism.
Sources? You just said sources, journalism.
Sources,
That's not
journalism.
how it works. Sources, journalism, whatever.
Aaron calls out journalism like it's a special move in a video game. Journalism.
It's
Research. Journalism.
It's supposed to deflect questions.
Jesus.
Like that's not Aaron. No, we don't. That's not how we're goddamn news.
I heard he's quarter French. That's all I'm saying.
Does it mean he's?
I'm not saying.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
We do this Monday through Thursday. We have a docket full of shenanigans, tomfoolery, and what have you, but we have some reminders. Jeezy?
Hi, Jeezy. In the heezy for sheezy.
Oh my God,
I will never do that again. I apologize to my family, to my ancestors. I've let everyone down. That won't happen again. I'll never say that again. But what I will say is you should go to support.twib.today is where you should go if you would like to support Twib today. It's pretty self-explanatory, really, when you think about it. Go there, follow instructions. That's it. Just do that. Oh, also, if you want to send us a video, a 60-second video explaining to us what it is that we're doing here.
Not so much what I think we know what we're doing here. Like, how would you describe Twib Prime?
Yeah, like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Okay, that's one.
I'll take it.
That's, okay, twib.me/explained. You can submit your video there. That is twib.me/explained. So that you can tell us what's happening here. There's some video. Actually, I'm going to play some videos that have been sent in already on the show. I just haven't gotten a chance to load them up because I'm too busy worried about 85 other things. And then my wife, I don't know if you know this, she's being pregnant, and I don't think she understands that she's not being very, very like convenient for me right now. She's just going, look at me, I'm pregnant. I got doctor's appointments that I have to go do and stuff like that. And I was just like, in the middle of the day, I'm like, that's just not really fair, Imani, right? Right?
Not fair.
It's not fair because also at the moment, because I refuse to let go of my my record so far. Because so far, like, I've been at every doctor's appointment she's had, everything, anything. If she has to walk into a place and they talk about a baby, I've been standing there. So I'm proud of that. But at the same time, in the middle of the day, like when I'm trying to like work on other stuff, she's like, doctor's appointment, 11:45. I'm like, that's just a really unfortunate time. I mean, I'm gonna show up and I'll just wave at everybody bye because I'm gonna go to this doctor's appointment. But that baby lacks all F's about my life.
Yeah, and it's going to only get worse.
It's only going to get worse. This baby's it's coming, and it's going to be a problem. I love her. I'm going to love her. Captain's log. What day is it, Aaron?
January 25th.
January what?
Really?
January what?
January 25th.
Is it 25th or the 26th, Aaron?
The 25th. It says on the bottom of the computer screen is the 25th.
Okay, you told me the 26th earlier.
No, because you weren't hearing me. It's because your wife is too pregnant.
Captain's log.
Your wife is so pregnant that you can't.
I can't hear.
Deaf.
Yeah.
Dear child of mine who is currently cooking in your mama's belly. Your mama's really pregnant right now. Emily's so pregnant right now. Like her belly is getting bigger by every 3 days.
She got pregnant all of a sudden.
Like every
she went
3
from
days.
not that pregnant to she pregnant.
I mean, the thing is that she still hasn't really gained that much weight, which I imagine annoys every other pregnant person around her because you see her, and at first, if she wears any type of baggy clothing, you don't notice that she's pregnant really, unless you see the profile. Then you see the belly. But but the belly's getting bigger and it's adorable because she waddles. It's so cute. But child's mind. Listen, stop it. Whatever you're doing right now, I don't know if you understand what you're doing right now, child, but you are currently just got all types of things happening. You're showing up in the middle of election cycle. I got doctor's appointments. Do you understand? I'm trying to build for your life, child, and yet you are doing, oh, look at me, I need to grow, and I need to think, sure, I'm healthy and shit. Oh, look at me, I'm a baby. Quit it, kid. I love you, but shit. I got shit to do. You're trying to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, stop being a dick, baby.
Stop being a dick.
Stop being a dick.
Dear child of mine, stop being a dick. I was already, I'm like, you showed up in the middle of the goddamn election cycle. That's enough, all right? And then we got Netroots like 2 months after that. We're gonna have to get that kid on a schedule. We got convention. We got all types of wackiness that has to happen. And kid, you're just. I'm gonna use. You're fucking it up for people right now. You're just jumping around and doing things. Stop it. I mean, well, I love you. Remember that part.
Are you going to have the baby on you while you record episodes of the show?
Yes.
And is the baby going to be blurred out?
No.
Okay, so just going to be you.
It's a baby. I don't think that people are going to be like, I believe that we this facial recognition software would be able to recognize it's a baby.
Some people don't want their babies to be seen, but you can't help it because you're a stay-at-home dad.
And the fact is, I'm not going to have the baby's face towards the camera, slimy, but we've been having a conversation.
I thought that you were going to send DNA slides to all of our listeners.
No.
So that all of our listeners would have your child's DNA.
No. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. That seemed like a weird idea when you brought it up, but I was like,
I didn't bring that up. You're making things up.
No.
You're literally making things up.
I'm really not. That's okay.
But the baby,
you can think what you want to think.
The baby will, in fact, probably be sitting on my chest a lot. I mean, the fact is, once we saw that Eljoy's kid was able to sit through the show, I was like, all right, that means that it's possible. That means it's possible for us to do this.
When your kid comes out and is just like, Rah!
Right. I mean, my kid's going to, we don't know. I don't know if this kid's going to, child, I don't know if you're going to be annoying as shit or not. I don't know what's going to happen yet. Listen, I'm just being real with you, kid. Listen, this is going to be our relationship right here. We're going to be straight shooting. All right? Straight shooting. I'm going to tell you when you fuck it up, that's 2. Using all my asterisk on you, child. And don't expect me not to curse in front of you. I'm going to curse, and guess what? You ain't going to curse.
People want to know if your hat counts as an F.
Huh? My hat does not count. That's why I wear it. Because it does not count as one.
Because if you wear that and then your T-shirt,
my FT,
2 out of 3.
I turned to him and I was like, I apparently have a lot of expletives on my shirt, my clothing. I just wear expletives, and then I'm like, sometimes I'm at places and people staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me for? Oh, because a Negro can't. Oh, it's because I have an F and then an F over here and then other stuff, and I think I have a shirt with middle fingers up. Yeah, I understand why. But yeah, I'm just wanting to shout now. Just listen, understand. You're not. Yeah, we're gonna be cool, and I'm not gonna old black man you, child. I'm gonna try to talk to you like you're reasonable. That's my goal. Is to talk to you as if you're a reasonable person. I mean, you're not gonna be reasonable till at least like 9 or something like that. Because I feel like I think I read up that the kids can't even really do certain types of like critical thinking until around 7 or 8. When parents try to force their kids to be able to choose, they can't. They just don't have the capability. So I'm gonna let this kid cook for a while, but at a certain point, we're just gonna have conversations. All right? I'm not because I don't want to just tell the kid do it because I said so. I'm an old black dude, but I'm trying not to old black dude the kid, Imani. You know what I mean? Yeah. I will old black dude you. But I won't old black dude the kid. You know what I mean? If they're like, Daddy so and so, I'm like, well, why do you think so? Why? Let's have a conversation. Let's go look it up. Let's find out why. Like I'm all no matter what question the kid asks. Like I know people like scared about sex. Nah, kid wants Daddy. What's up? Let's find out. Let's have this conversation. But at the same time, don't be a dick. All right.
All right.
Listen, these are words of wisdom for my child.
Yeah.
I am sitting here. I am loving the shit out of this kid.
Because you said this, your kid's gonna come up to you and ask. She's just gonna skip everything and just ask the most ridiculous. Daddy, what's pegging?
What?
That's why I'm saying, if you're listening, you either know what it is. If you don't know, don't Google
Like
it. Pegging.
I'm not Googling. Well, first
I
of all,
know you peg your jeans, but that's
no.
that
I
sounds
feel like
probably not. That
this is
sounds
one of those
like
things.
it's not that. Why you can't say don't Google something?
Why?
Because you know I'm gonna Google it.
Guess what?
You're
Guess what?
grown.
I'm not going to do.
You're grown.
Guess what? I'm not going to
Fine,
do
I'm
right
not
now.
gonna Google it.
I'm not Googling it. I remember.
Hopefully the ADD will kick in real soon. And I'll forget.
Elon is an adult. And
I'm an adult.
Elon's like, I'm not going to Google this.
Nope.
I
remember.
I'm gonna Google it.
I remember. Imani couldn't handle it for 5 seconds. I'm like, I'm not. Guys, look at my hand. I'm not Googling it. You know what? I don't want to know. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't
know
want
the
to know.
first definition. The peg when you're pegging down your pants.
Okay, well, stop. I don't want to know. Stop that. I don't want to know any of this.
That's not that bad.
I don't. You know what? I don't care.
It's not that bad.
Aaron told me not to look it up. I'm not looking it up.
It's not like Lemon Party.
Or Blue Waffle.
Oh God, yeah, don't do that. Don't Google that. Definitely don't Google that.
I've already forgotten what it was. And that's
enough. That's quite enough on that subject.
Yeah. Wow. Imani has feelings about that, don't
Quite
she?
enough.
Okay, I need you to
So
calm
gnarly.
down. I need you to breathe straight second and let it go. All right, let it go.
Let it go.
Really?
All right.
Really?
Are we gonna hit this docket or what? We're gonna sit here babbling about your dickish child.
Well, first of all, hey, you will not be calling my child a dick, all right? I can call my child a dick. You better no.
Okay.
I said no.
I said no. I'm the captain.
That's actually a Cleveland show.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
Something about black people. Something with black people on it.
Get your references together.
Pirates, animated figures, whatever.
They're not the same, Imani.
What are you talking about?
They're not the same thing.
They are too.
You mean those men that kidnapped Tom Hanks? Those aren't animated figures. It's totally different.
No, Cleveland. He kidnapped Tom Hanks.
He did?
Then they gave him a volleyball with his face drawn on it or something. I don't know.
All right.
White people doing crazy shit.
I don't know if you're making stuff up or is that just an episode of Family Guy?
I'm making stuff up per the usual.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do we want to start off with what do we want to start with? Donald Trump?
I mean, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What? Oh, I got it. It took a while. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, I got that. Katrina Pierson, she's apparently a biracial broad lady, gal, chick, woman.
I don't know what you're doing right now.
Katrina Pierson, she's the national spokesperson for Donald Trump. Back in 2012, who wants
to do that? I mean, maybe it's well paid, but like, who wants to do that?
To be the black face of Donald Trump's
Is she
campaign.
black?
She looks like she called. If you let me finish the story, we can maybe talk about whether she's black. She made some comments back in 2012 about Mitt Romney and President Obama, saying that they were not pure breeds because their fathers had not been born in the United States. She referred to President Obama as a half-breed and made some joke that President Obama was refusing to help the black community even though he was the head Negro in charge.
Did she say Negro?
She said Negro, but she probably was thinking Negro.
I mean, but she black. I mean, I'm not policing that. I'm not policing I'm not doing it because the way I first heard this was that like she referred to herself as half breed, and Aaron started mocking me because I was like I don't care. Why is this? You can refer to yourself as whatever you want to refer to yourself as. You want to be like, I'm a half breed. All right, whatever, I don't care.
But when she went on to say that she said she wasn't a pure breed either, that she was a half breed, and then went on to call President Obama a half breed too.
I think we actually have this. If you guys don't mind,
well, let's hear
I think
it.
this is
Do it.
Now, this is obviously big news because this is a very well-funded super PAC that's now taking aim at you and your candidate. Do you have any reaction to that? Are you surprised to hear that Hillary Clinton's allies are now preparing for a battle with your candidate in the general election?
Well, no, Brian, we're not surprised at all. I mean, as we have seen across this country, there is more and more support for Donald Trump and his candidacy. A lot of people believe in his vision and what he proposes to make America great again. When you look at his broad base of support, it is eating at the Democrat support out there. We're looking at even minorities and women that have supported Donald Trump's campaign, and so they should be very nervous. And that's why so many Republicans are now coming to Donald Trump's aid, because they know he is our best chance at winning in the general election.
And your comment from 2012 has gotten a lot of attention this weekend. You tweeted about Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. You tweeted about how Obama's father was from Africa. You said, are there any pure breeds left? Do you regret that? Would you like to retract that?
No, not at all. Look, these tweets, I'm an activist. And I am a half-breed. I'm always getting called a half-breed. And on Twitter, when you're fighting with liberals and even establishment, you go back at them in the same silliness they're giving you. So I myself am a half-breed.
You're telling me that was just silliness?
Absolutely.
I mean,
So
well,
wait, she's
it's
saying
a weird.
that
It's a
liberals
weird.
were calling her half-breed, and so
Here's the
if
thing,
you're engaging in silliness, then
So I've heard this argument before from conservatives that they come at liberals the way that liberals come at them, and the fact is that like I've seen wackiness like from that. Like I don't believe in the whole both sides do the same thing because they don't. It's different ways, but I have seen ridiculousness from supposedly the left because I mean I've had stuff come at me from the left, so I know that it can happen. But at the same time, the question: are there any pure breeds? Like okay, like what? Why are you even what? Yeah. Who's that? Is that necessary for public office? I don't get it. But at the same time, why would she possibly take it back? She's working for Trump. Of all places where that would be safe, it'd be for Trump. Just like how like when people like get mad at Imani about some shit or like people say some stuff, it's like you're gonna come to me to complain about it. You're like, yeah, because I'm gonna be really mad. Imani, how dare? Why, Imani? What did you say? I said I was tired of white people's bullshit. Well, I think a lot of people are tired of white people's bullshit. I mean, that's I don't think that's so much a problematic statement as much as it is a accurate statement. Mm-hmm. I mean, so I mean, Imani, don't you better not? I say, yeah.
That's a good job.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you like 1 cube of ice left in your whiskey. Only 1 cube for you. No more 2 cubes. God damn it!
Look at that 1 cube life.
You're 1 cube in this household, Imani. You will learn to deal with it. So yeah, like of all places, like I don't think she would like yeah. Again, I'm not even sure why people like even were making a thing of like like it's just no one cares. No one cares about that. And anyone who cares about her saying that definitely aren't supporting Trump. And people who support Trump probably don't care about that. Right. And then this doesn't like it's not like this is giving us an inside view on Trump's thought process.
Right, exactly. That's the thing. It's like why would she retract some even if you wanted to call it a racist statement where if she's biracial, she can call herself whatever the hell she wants.
It is weird asking whether or not there's any pure breeds. Like that is a really weird question.
It's a weird statement, but you're talking about a candidate who's called for like putting all Muslims on a registry.
Yeah, I mean,
Donald Trump isn't exactly enlightened when it comes to racial issues. So anyone who supports Donald Trump is not going to be upset that someone called somebody a pure breed or a half breed or whatever. Nope.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's when added in the fact that she appears to be black of some stripe.
I didn't see it. Like I'm not saying whether she is. I don't know what she is. I mean, I can't. And also, I'm the worst at telling the difference in that. Like I don't know. Like because I also don't care. Like
yeah, right.
I'm like you mix. Hey, you're not mixed. Hey, like what's happening? Are you a dick right now? Are you being a dick right now? Cool. That's what I care about. Don't be a dick.
Remember that, guys.
Don't be a dick. That's a message for my child. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Daddy says don't be a dick.
Shall we move on to the Oscars?
Don't be a dick. Okay.
There are plenty of people that are being dicks about the Oscar boycott.
I mean, first of all, like I need white actors to just shh.
Not just white actors, black actresses.
What?
Stacey Dash.
Well, Stacey Dash doesn't count. I mean, I'm not saying that she doesn't count as a black person. Yeah. Like she counts as a black person. Aaron, you should change the camera shot. But like she's black. I'm saying she doesn't count just as someone who I listen to say shit, like whatever. Like Stacey Dash saying something like, all right, it's Stacey goddamn Dash. Like she's not, but like no.
Well, let's just cover really quickly what she said so we can all tell her. I'm gonna say it real quick. You won't even feel it. You won't even feel it. Okay, so last week she appeared on Fox and Friends and called the Oscar boycott ludicrous. She said, quote, "We have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration, and if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the NAACP Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard."
No.
See, here's the thing, Stacey, real quick, because we're not wasting our precious time on you. The reason that things like BET and the NAACP Image Awards were created is because we needed to create our own space to celebrate our own art. Because white people did not want to recognize us for shit. Okay? For shit. White people didn't want to put us on their TV shows. White people didn't want to give us Oscars. White people didn't want to give us Golden Globes. White people didn't want to give us Tonys. White people didn't. There's a lot of shit that white people did not want to include us in.
It's cute.
Because of racism.
Okay, it's cute when they go like, oh well, you're segregating. It's like, do you think any of the things that you're currently complaining about would exist in a world that was actually just? Do you think black people are just like, man, we're enjoying all of this equality and stuff like that, and how we're just coming together as a people? You know what? Let's go make our own thing and just segregate from you guys. Like no one has ever thought that in their lives. Like there wouldn't be a twib if actually people acted right.
Right.
Like I wouldn't have had to make this. Like the space that we have right now is because people won't act right. Act right. Get your shit together.
The act right space.
Get your shit together. I mean, now it's too late. Now we're here. Now we're here.
You can't get rid of us.
You're stuck with some loud Negroes now. But before, I mean, like, if there wasn't a need for, like, when I started comedy, stand-up, Imani, I remember trying. I actually wanted to not. I didn't want to talk about race, man. Which, can you believe it? I actually didn't want to talk about race. I was annoyed when people would roll up on me because I'd do my set and I'd be talking about other shit and wouldn't actually acknowledge like race at all. And people would walk up to me like, "Hey, do you know you're black?
Oh God.
You don't even sound like a black guy. Like that's so weird." And I was like, "Okay, you're gonna keep doing that, huh?" Yeah. And it happened like just enough to the point I was like, I had to make a joke about it because people kept like forcing me to talk about race. And at a certain point, I was just like, "Word!" And I got turned down for like a really big like comedy thing that like comics like fight like their careers to like get on. And I got an audition and I killed that night. And the critique on it was that I was too black, and I was like,
too black?
You want to see too black?
I'll give you blacking it up.
I'm like all of the black, like all of them like just like black Dukin. What? Black Dukin.
It's when you take all of your blackness and project it towards someone's chest.
Oh God. Is this
like Goku?
I don't know. You guys are talking some video game shit that I'm not familiar with.
Street Fighter.
It's Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Everyone knows
I
Street
never
Fighter.
played Street Fighter in my life. I played Mortal Kombat.
You really didn't play Street Fighter
Never
at
played
all?
Street Fighter.
Like no one around you never.
Okay, think of a blacktality, Imani.
A black who?
Oh my God.
A blacktality, like when you call a white person racist and their head explodes. It's a blacktality.
Okay.
You tell them, well, you just did.
I feel like there's lots of blacktalities, Heron. we can come up with all types of blacktalities. Just like I'm not gonna do this right now. We can't do this right now.
All
but
right,
yeah, that's one. What Imani? I like that you're raising your finger up as if like you're not on camera. Yes,
right.
Imani. What is it that we
what would you like, Imani?
No, I just was wondering if we could talk about more fuckery.
That's one.
Two.
Oh, two. Ha! Good. You're counting. Yes, madam. Please. You're running the document.
All right, your camera is on you.
Camera's on you.
So, what is happening? What is even happening? So, other people.
Other people's property.
You know what OPP? Yeah, you know me. Other white people said some really froggy shit since we've been off air.
I feel like we need to have like a
white people saying
ticker.
froggy shit.
Or we just need a ticker like days since white people said froggy shit, and just like it's currently it's like
always be
one.
zero. It would always be zero.
Well, we don't know. I mean, they could go. We're doing that.
They could go one day, maybe two.
We're putting the white people say froggy shit ticker up. It's happening.
We'd have to go by minutes.
Ticker.
We'd have
No,
to go
we're
by
doing
hours.
the ticker.
Call it the white ticker.
We'd have to
No,
go by.
not the white ticker. Stop it.
Ticker.
We'd have to go
What
by
is that?
hours
What are you
and
doing?
minutes, guys.
No, like it seems like you're having like a fit. It seems like you're having some sort of Tourette's like moment there.
Nope.
Which, by the way, so me and Emily were in Santa Cruz this weekend, and Santa Cruz has a high homeless population because it's actually really nice weather and stuff like that. It's really chill. Has a very big homeless population. A lot of towns up here like have a high homeless population. So we were walking out, and there was just homeless people just like being like just wacky. Just having like fights amongst each other and then yelling and stuff like that. And there's one dude we walked by, and this doesn't count because I'm quoting something, so I'm just saying it right now. It doesn't count. I'm quoting someone, so meh. And he literally he said what did he say? He was like he stopped, and we walked by, and we got about like 20 feet away from him. He was like, "Leave me the fuck alone, motherfuckers!" And then when we turned around, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Not to you.
This happened. He literally yelled out, "Leave me alone, you motherfuckers!" I'm sorry. I'm just like, I don't even know. Does he have Tourette's? Maybe he's like, I couldn't control that. I'm sorry about that. I mean, just like I sometimes have to have like it happens, but I didn't mean for you to be scared here, fellow random people in the street. But yeah, that happened. I was just like, okay.
Keep walking.
Okay.
Keep
Oh no,
moving.
I didn't even blink. Like I have my New York shell like harden ability. I use it all the time when people do stuff around me and I just don't blink. And people are like, what's wrong with you? Do you not notice that? Like, oh no, I noticed it. I noticed it. I knew it was coming about maybe 10 seconds before you actually saw what happened. My New Yorker sense is always on, and I'm also have taught myself not to respond in that way because if you like that, then they see they smell fear. And you can't let them smell fear. You just when they yell, you just go like, huh. I was actually on my hoverboard when the dude started yelling it, and all I did was spin around. I was like, and just kind of that's it. Like, what are we gonna do with that? What else we got, madam?
So in Charlotte Rampling,
yes,
Charlotte Rampling, she's a white lady, an elderly white lady. She's an actress. I believe she's British. She's British. At any rate, she complained that the Oscar boycott was racist against white people last week.
Of course she did.
And then literally that same day, she was like, no, that's not what I meant, because she got dragged all over the internet. I had no idea who Charlotte Rampling was before I started watching the second season of Broadchurch over the weekend, and she's actually very good in it. But the whole time I was like, I kind of want to slap you a little. I want to slap you about the head and chest a little bit.
Slapping is a bit of a strong statement. Just slapping?
A little bit.
Just
a little bit.
Like,
not
that's
hard, but just a little bit. You know?
Imani, I don't think that it's actually reasonable for you to invoke violence towards women. Women have been historically actually.
Okay, fine. I won't slap her. I will.
I mean,
give her one of these.
A slap is viable. I mean, I see it in professional wrestling enough. Strangely enough, that's the only time where I see more slapping.
You mean fake slaps?
No, real slaps where a grown man will slap another man in the face. It's a very strange wrestling trope where one man disrespects another. He will slap him in the face like an episode of Dallas, and everyone in the crowd will be like, "Ooh!"
I've actually been slapped for real.
By a dude?
No, by a woman. I got dynasty slapped.
Did you?
What did you?
I got dynasty. I said something froggy. Like please, it wasn't like froggy, like disrespectful to women or something like that. But the woman I was dating at the time, she liked to poke. Like she liked to get a response out of you, and I know, and I'm actually like, as funny enough as animated as I am in relationships. I don't like to do that, because if I'm in a relationship, I feel like I volunteered to be here. So if I volunteer to be here, there's no reason for me to be flipping out, and so I don't normally respond. My first girlfriend flipped out the most about me not responding when she would poke and like try to get a response out of me, and I'm just like. And she'd be like, just try to say something hurtful. And so this particular girlfriend, actually, it was a girlfriend, I was dating her, and she had been saying froggy shit to me, like, just over and over, and just kept saying froggy shit. And so finally, I responded with something extra froggy right back at her. So she said some froggy shit, and I was like, yeah, so-and-so. And I wasn't looking. I was like, we were at a bar. I still remember this. And I wasn't looking. I had my drink on the table, and I went to go get my drink. And when I turned around, it was just like, whoosh. And I was like, I just got dynasty slapped. I got dynasty slapped in public. Like people are like, and the thing was like, I just got dynasty slapped. Like this is what happens on Dynasty.
Yeah, I don't want a dynasty slap, Charlotte Rampling. I just want to.
You want a Dallas slap, apparently. You said pick one.
Is it different?
I feel like a dynasty
like a
slap.
Falcon Crest slap, a dynasty slap, and a
First of all,
Dallas
we're saying stuff that like a good portion of our
Knots
audience wasn't
Landing?
even born
Remember Knots
yet.
Landing? Oh God,
Google, guys, just Google it.
There's a portion of our audience like dynasty slap.
Falcon Crest?
Falcon Crest? What are you saying? What is
Oh
it?
my God.
I mean, that's how we were barely children.
The glory
at this
days
point.
of the nighttime soap operas in the 80s,
God.
my Atlanta.
Oh my God.
So Charlotte Rampling, she said that the uproar over the lack of black Oscar nominees was racist to white people. And then she said, when asked whether, about the lack of black nominees, she said, we can never know if it was really the case, but perhaps the black actors did not deserve to be in the final.
Oh, I love that shit.
I love when white folks start talking about meritocracy and something as subjective as the Oscars. And then, and another thing that I love is white people coming back with, well, what about the NBA? The NBA is all black. The NBA is skill-based. There are like actual
well,
markers
also-
of skills that you have to be able to do. The Oscars did a bunch of people like your movie, and we now know that a bunch of people didn't even see all of the movies starring black people.
The NBA is also worldwide. There are a handful of non-black European players from all over the world that fill the NBA now. So.
And also, let's be real here. Anytime there's an NBA player who can do what like traditionally black people can do in the NBA,
he's the best.
They are so excited about that dude.
Yep.
That dude is the most magical dude in the entire world.
Yep.
Like if a white dude can score, like immediately you are a star.
Oh my God, I won't even get. That's a whole 20 minutes of getting in all the white players, all the below average white players that have. Like I always make a joke. When you're white, you get 6 extra positive adjectives made up about you as a basketball player. If you're terrible, you get 5 extra adjectives. You get heady, gritty, leader. What is it? It was intense. Everything
Motivated or something.
You get all kinds of.
Like anytime you're white and you do something that is seen as traditionally black, you are now the most magical thing possible. Don't believe me? Eminem, and I like Eminem. I actually think he's really good, but he was like immediately just you're magic. You're magic. Yeah. I mean, that'd be funny. Iggy.
Oh God, and she's not good.
And apparently there's a new one. There's a video apparently of this new Australian rapper lady who just
just make sure we drag her down properly. She's actually quite terrible.
So can we finish the Oscar talk first?
Please.
Sorry.
I gotta keep this docket. Docket ship.
Here you go. Here's the camera. Here you go.
All right. So Charlotte Rampling, of course, then she backtracked immediately and said that her comments were misinterpreted. We ain't buying it, Charlotte. We ain't buying it. Then Julie Delpy decided that she was going to be extremely white feminist. Julie Delpy is an actress. She starred in Before Sunset and After Sunset are probably the movies that she's known for the most. These movies with Ethan Hawke. They're great movies. I love both of them. And I really wish she hadn't said this shit because I thought, Julie. Oh, she was also in a movie with Chris Rock, like something 2 days in New York, 3 days in New York, something like that. It was a terrible movie, not very good. But Julie Delpy was apparently frustrated that people hadn't recognized that she'd been talking about diversity issues in the Academy for years. And she said that she, quote, I wish I were African American because people don't bash them afterwards. Claiming that she had been talking about diversity and been getting a lot of shit from it from other people. And so she said, well, if I were black, people wouldn't bash me when I'm trying to promote equality. And then she said, so she said, if I were black, she said, I'm a woman. People get shit on all the time in the industry, meaning that she seems to think that black people, when they talk about speak out about racism, don't get attacked for it. And then saying that she's a woman and then she gets treated really badly and she wishes she was black. If you follow that line of logic, she went full Patricia Arquette.
No, women. Oh yeah, black women.
She went full Patricia Arquette. Black women don't exist.
Black women don't exist.
And she made it worse. She tried to apologize.
The apology on this is the best part because I saw this and at first we weren't going to cover it, and then I read the apology and I was like, oh no, we have to because I've heard this particular argument quite a bit. What did you say in the apology, Imani?
By the way, I didn't mean After Sunset. It was Before Sunset and Before Midnight were the 2 movies that she did with Ethan Hawke. But when she apologized, she said, I'm very sorry for how I expressed myself. It was never meant to diminish the injustice done to African American artists or to any other people that struggle for equal opportunities and rights. On the contrary, all I was trying to do is to address the issues of inequality of opportunity in the industry for women as well as I am a woman.
Wait, what?
So she didn't want to diminish the injustice done to African American artists, but she wanted to make sure that the injustices that women faced were highlighted, which if you follow that logical statement, the logical conclusion, it means that she still doesn't seem to realize that there are black women who are artists in Hollywood who don't get no shine. I don't understand. Does she not have any friends? Did she just be like, oh God, people are attacking me? Did she not bother to read what anyone was saying about why it was they were upset about her statements? She just was like, I gotta apologize. I upset the blacks. And then she went out and she didn't really, she doesn't understand what she's apologizing for. It's clear that she doesn't understand what she's apologizing for. So, thanks, Julie. Thanks for nothing.
Well,
White feminism, woo! And she talks about, feminists get it so hard in Hollywood. Women get it so hard in Hollywood. There are black people who are women. There are feminists who are black. Ta-da! So that's that. And then Danny DeVito weighed in. And when I saw that Danny DeVito had weighed in, I was like, I don't wanna, because I like Danny DeVito, and and he's hilarious, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Obviously, he's hilarious in Taxi. He's a hilarious little man.
But before you do that, I'm sorry. I was giving my.
Oh God, you got some things to say about Julie?
That's by the way, just a FYI that this right here. That's the look I have anytime you see white people saying froggy shit, and they clearly don't get what the shit they're saying is froggy, and they think they're fixing the froggy shit. Like literally, if you're wondering like what is Elon's face at them, it's
that's the face.
That's the blink, by the way, because I think sometimes people don't understand the blink. It's like you open up your Twitter, you look and go.
This is an audio podcast. You do realize that, right?
Well, people can feel it.
People can feel it.
You can feel disdain. It doesn't matter. Just let everybody let this soak in.
So much disdain.
So much disdain.
What she did was something that I've seen happen a lot because first of all, I've seen the idea of like it's easier to be black, and I'm gonna need white people to never say that shit again. Like, I need you to stop and like especially I don't care what marginalized space you're coming from. Anytime you go like, it'd be easier if I was black. It's like, no, it would not. Okay, as a Negro, let me explain to you how it would not be easier if you were black. Like, there's a story that just happened recently that apparently a white guy just ended his radio program, Imani, because Bernie supporters kept coming at him.
Really?
Yeah. This is actually a real story. And he ended his thing. And I remember thinking, going like, man, I was surprised that non-Negroes were going through. People were like, of course, it's happening to everyone. I'm like, yeah. You don't know what's happening with black folks a lot of times when you're vocal about these things, when you actually speak up and you say, hey, so this is bullshit. There's an amount of shit that you just have to accept, and we absorb it. It's like built in, especially when you do things vocally. We have to just accept. Like, there are times where I'm sitting with Imani or something like that, and I'll just pull out my phone and go, well, that's my mentions, and I'll just put my phone down and just like, I realize that people are going to be pissed, and they're like, now I'm going to catch all hell because I just said something that's not even controversial.
Yeah.
Something that's just fact-based. Just fact-based. You know some shit I got in trouble for? I mean, what people were getting pissy about this morning with me and Imani? I said, you can't really argue whether or not Dems or progressives actually give a crap about black folks. We're just not that important to them. And so, like, you can't say that about Democrats and progressives and liberals. You just said that's a statement you can't say. Like, actually, I can say it based on policies and action, decades of ignoring us dying in the streets. So either you care and you do jack shit about it, or you don't care, and that's why we're still dying. Because I feel like if you cared.
And either way, the end result's the same. We're dying in the street.
And so, but immediately people, oh, you can't, like, yeah, so, sure. You know what? You want to be black. You absolutely want. You want people to ignore you when you say stuff. You want people to always act like you're saying something ridiculous when you're like, hey, we're being mistreated. Maybe you're just not good enough.
Yeah.
You ever consider that?
Yeah.
Do you understand how many times, like that's one of the reasons why, if you've never heard us, like, complain about, like, getting sometimes I'm annoyed, but for the most part I try to hold back my complaints a lot, like not seeing like if people like recognize what we're doing, like, or being listed somewhere or places or whatever, because at a certain point if I say anything it will 9 times out of 10 go like, well, maybe you just weren't good enough. Maybe you just not. Maybe you just weren't. Didn't have the quality. It was like, okay, so it's not that there are historical issues here. We cannot see patterns of discrimination and all this stuff, whatever. It's because we just aren't that good. And so, like, forget like let's say you so you don't like me, but what about all the other people? Especially when it comes to actors, when they talk about the actors, like, oh well, maybe they just weren't that good. So you're telling me no actor in 2015 was good? No black actor. They're just all of them suck.
It's absurd.
Not one of them did anything that was even slightly good. And you're telling me that all 20 actors that you guys put up there were magic.
Jennifer Lawrence was in a movie about a white lady who made mops.
By the way,
I mean, maybe she was amazing mop maker.
I don't care.
And the funny thing,
Imani, that's Imani.
Where we get our CJ Walker story.
You know what I hate about that movie
Mops.
is that they knew that the concept was such trash that you ever seen a commercial for it? They go all the way around the fact that she makes mops.
They
You would
don't
think
even
that-
say what
think
it
she-
is.
They think that she's like generating like a carb like free energy. The way they're talking
Cold
about the way
fusion.
cold fusion, the way they're talking about her living
But
her dream and fighting herself.
Maybe she acted her ass off about mops. Please don't. I'm not a big Jennifer Lawrence fan in the first place, so
I think she's
maybe
fine.
I'm not.
I think
she's
I
okay.
think she's miscast in a lot of stuff.
She's
I think
okay.
she was really miscast in American Hustler.
I'm annoyed with generic white people in front as stars of stuff. Like that's officially become my issue, and I understand it. And you can say like, Elon, that's racist. It's not racist. What I'm complaining about here is the fact that you're telling me that this generic white person, nothing special about them. No special acting abilities. They didn't actually reach down and like have some sort of like deepness to them. Like they can tell some story. Nothing freaking special, but then you will make them a star. And then black folks who actually have genuine talent, because if you say
have
that's
to
the
be
case,
really good.
Yeah,
to
if you
make
say
it.
this right, like so many mediocre white people become magic, and they're like, I should not know who Sam Worthington is.
Oh my God!
Well, that's-
no one should know who Sam Worthington is.
Why do I know who Sam Worthington is? Why? Sam Worthington is the most generic white man. He's not special at all.
For the record, today's episode will be called "Why Do I Know Sam Worthington?" And also,
Sam Worthington, Sam Worthington. I hate his face. I hate his face so much because he's generic. He's nothing. There was a movie that Aaron, what was that movie that came out? I think I Am Number 4 or some dumb shit like. It might have been that. Or there's been a couple of them that were like just generic white people being generic on TV, and they'll use a concept that I kind of like, but they'll just put generic white people in. I'm like I don't care. I'm not watching this anymore. Why? What is special about this? Why are those mediocre white people something that I need to stare at? But you can find any people. No people.
Yeah.
No,
Or the other thing I was complaining about this weekend is in the wake of Oscars So White, HBO has ordered a documentary on Black Lives Matter, which everyone was like, yeah, that's really awesome. It shows it. Look, everybody knew that eventually someone was going to make a goddamn documentary about Black Lives Matter. So HBO just got on the bus first.
Right.
Second, they gave Lena Dunham another show. While they kept Issa Rae's show in like production for how many years now? They just greenlit it this past October.
I mean, but
for Awkward Black Girl.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm not done.
Okay.
And another thing,
Can
we get a show about black people just doing regular shit?
Well, isn't that
Why does every movie that stars black people or every show that that gets critically acclaimed that has black actors in it, it's always about African warlords or drugs or slavery or civil rights? Where's the movie about black people just sitting around doing regular shit?
Aaron,
Where's the movie about C.J. Walker becoming the first black millionaire in like 1920 something?
Aaron, reset the ticker for
Give me a
Imani.
break.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Okay, no, not with Imani on the thing.
Sorry, it's a slip of the hand.
The movie back. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about now. Squirrel.
White ladies and mops, black people
I-
doing
you
regular
were done.
shit,
I was-
HBO documentary, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, like so, I would like please know, you know me, I'm really like black. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, I don't know what happened behind the scenes with a show, something like that. There are various reasons why shows can be held up or something like that, depending on the production team, the production staff, like what they thought was the tone of it, whether or not they thought it was going to work, blah blah blah. There are reasons why stuff gets held.
There are articles you can read about why it was Issa Rae's. Her show got held up because they wanted to change it. They wanted to change the basic premise and make it whatever. I'm done with white people today. I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
Don't.
Why did I say I believe?
So what happens if your mom calls?
Oh well, her. I make
She's
space for her.
Mom, listen, not call me in 13 hours.
I make space for her and for Adam. That's it.
Just you're just dropping your boyfriend's name out on the
He
thing?
has a name.
That doesn't mean that you like
Everyone knows her
People
boyfriend.
know his name.
People know her boyfriend.
Adam, the white man Adam.
White man Adam, bearded bro. He's my bearded bro.
I need you to stop yelling.
Speaking of bearded bros, see that segue?
What's going on?
Bernie Sanders supporters
Oh no.
decided that they were. Oh wait, I forgot about Danny DeVito.
Wait,
Oh man, I just ruined my good segue. All right, we gotta go back to Danny DeVito.
I
because I do want to play that.
My-
We should play that clip.
My dear, we're swerving the car all over the road.
Hey.
The car's all over the road.
Hey.
I'm just.
I will turn this car around, Aaron.
I know.
Stop masturbating back there, Aaron.
Goddamn, Aaron. Masturbating, Aaron.
Goddamn masturbating, Aaron.
I control the clips. I'm the one you're trying.
Where's the clip at, Aaron? Where's the clip at? Why is the camera on Imani? Where's the clip at, Aaron?
Danny DeVito. Fuck it.
And it's unfortunate that the entire country is a racist country, and this is one example of the fact that even though some people have given great performances in movies, they weren't even thought about. So it's like we're living in a country that discriminates and has certain racial tendencies, racist tendencies, and so sometimes it's manifested in things like this, and it's illuminated. But just generally speaking, we're a racist. We're a bunch of racists.
I love how just matter of fact and monotone he's talking. He's just, and then when he said something about racial tendencies, he's like, no, let me be clear. I meant racist tendencies.
We're a bunch of racists.
Thank you, Danny DeVito.
We're a bunch of racists.
A bunch of racists.
We're a bunch of racists.
And meanwhile, you got white people out here like talking about maybe there just aren't any talented black people.
Or Michael Caine, like when I started, I was the black actor. He told us Michael Caine. Shut up, Alfred.
Shut up, Michael Caine.
Shut up, Alfred.
You're supposed to blow the bloody doors.
Shut up, Alfred.
All right. So now we can go.
When I started, I was the black hole.
Shut up. Shut up, Michael. We're going to swerve the car back to the Bernie Bros.
All right.
Bearded Bernie Bros.
You're the captain now.
Bernie Bros. Bearded Bernie.
Yep. You're
what dance is that? I don't even know what
Bearded
dance
Bernie
is.
Bros dance.
That's not the Bearded Bernie Bros. That's not what it.
She is.
That's weird.
Clearly,
That's weird.
she's the captain now.
Stop popping it. Stop popping it, madam. Okay.
Okay. So Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote an article last week in which he basically called out Bernie Sanders, being like, why don't you support reparations? Basically saying that Bernie Sanders is all about, he's a purported radical, and he's radical when it comes to class and economic injustice, but he's not radical when it comes to white supremacy.
Shocking.
He essentially made all of the arguments that Elon and I have been making for about 6 or 7 months now. And then when he got attacked by all the Bernie Bros last week, he followed it up with, I got attacked by all the Bernie Bros last week. Now, here, let me explain what I meant. And he proceeded to destroy, in my view, anything that the Bernie Bros could say. Because the Bernie Bros obviously all come back with, well, Hillary. Because that's the only thing that they have. When you try to bring up legitimate concerns about Bernie Sanders' campaign, they revert to, well, Hillary. Well, why did TNC give a pass to Hillary? Does Hillary support reparations? And Ta-Nehisi Coates' point was, no, Hillary doesn't support reparations, motherfuckers. That's
she's
three.
She's not the revolutionary.
She's not the revolutionary. Like, literally, his argument was exactly what we have been saying for the past few months now, including when Bernie Sanders called seeking reparations divisive, and we said, what do you mean divisive? Because, the rest of the shit that you're trying to do has no chance in hell of passing through Congress. So you're all about implausible shit when it comes to everything else but race, right? Even brought up Elon's point about how after 8 years of President Obama, how President Obama walked in and thought it was going to be all hopey-changey and bullshit. 8 years of intractability and obstreperousness from Republicans.
That word.
Yeah, flew out of my mouth like hot fire. That we're all a little bit older now and a little bit more cynical when it comes to people who come in talking about they're going to make a big change, because we all saw what the fuck happened for the last 8 years. So
I love the fact that people act like we're not supposed to, like, for all the people who give so much of an argument, so much shit about like, Obama, this stuff, like cool, what we learned from Obama. But now you learn, like, you mean for the past 8 years watching everything go to hell. Yeah, that's why now I'm not like, I don't want to just hear what you want to do. I want to hear what your plan is for doing it. And people are like, well, look at this, look, Hillary's racial justice thing, Bernie's racial, cool. How they gonna do it? Mm-hmm. How are you gonna do it? Because you can't tell me that you like to do these things and have no game plan and no timeline for it. So that means that at any point in time, somewhere, hopefully in the next 4 to 8 years, you might get to it as we die in the streets. Yeah. But at the same time, all the Bernie Bros would rather try to derail that entire conversation as opposed to just saying, you know what? It is hard, and we should have this conversation. You want to derail it. You want to somehow decide that all of us are problematic, that we're all just like want to be divisive. Like I had someone call me divisive today. It was just like sowing division. I'm like, mother. How am I sowing division by pointing out facts? Am I supposed to be? That's the same bullshit reason why they took away ethnic studies in Arizona. Like, because, it's gonna make the ethnics mad. We shouldn't do this. You can't teach ethnic studies because then the ethnics find out what happened to them and they get angry about it. And then we have angry ethnics, and that's just divisive. They're just like, ethnics. You know what? If you don't want division, actually fix the shit that you broke. That's the problem here, because no one wants to actually fix what happened, what's wrong. So so if we call it out, then we're divisive because we should be working towards getting things have gotten better. So when you put that you're being divisive, fuck you for telling me what things got better. If we're still dying in the streets, it's not better enough. I need you to stop telling me about all the shit that got better and how if you point out you're just being negative. You know what's negative? People dying in the streets. That's negative. That's really, it really makes my day kind of sucky when I wake up like, oh, look, another one of us is dead in the streets. Yeah. That's negative. You know what's divisive? When all the supposed allies and progressives and shit go silent. The fact that the nation decided to endorse Bernie Sanders this morning, and I was like, really? Because him or Hillary still haven't explained how they're going to do any of their racial justice stuff, and you're supposed to be this supposed progressive space, and yet you're going out there and like, we endorse so-and-so. Any progressive space that endorses anybody, especially when they have not put forth an actual plan, an actual deadline as to when they are actually going to do any of this shit that they supposedly so believe in around racial justice, then you know what? You're not that fucking progressive. Sorry.
Yeah, that goes for MoveOn.org too. I mean, and here's the thing that's actually kind of amusing about what progressives have been saying about these early endorsements of Sanders or Clinton, right? So one of the things I've been seeing people argue is that whenever members of an organization decide what candidate that organization should back, then they back Bernie Sanders. But whenever the leaders, the board or whatever, the leaders of that organization decide, they back Hillary Clinton. So what that tells me is that I don't see how this is supposed to be some point in favor of Bernie Sanders, because following Elon's point, what that tells me is that however many 100,000 members of MoveOn.org thought, yeah, we're going to go ahead and endorse Bernie Sanders, and we're not going to bother holding his feet to the fire about what the fuck he's going to do. Sorry, that's like 5 by now, when it comes to keeping black people from dying in the street. So I don't see that as being it's only the more progressive spaces that have backed Bernie Sanders. It's the establishment organizations that are backing Hillary Clinton.
Well, yeah,
they're both
for me,
shit.
Yeah, both of them don't actually have game plans up,
Neither have game plans.
You guys won't actually, and you guys won't put the pressure to them. So everyone wants to give me shit about this whole thing, about the fact that I've been calling them out and that I don't just say that I'm just going to vote for them. You want to give me all the shit, but the fact is that like I'm looking for answers. I'm actually looking for just give me something. Give me something here, and you refuse to do it. You people decide to jump on board, and then when they don't do it because there's not enough pressure, you'll be like, well, you can somehow blame me,
right?
And for not going. If you would have joined with Sanders, maybe he'd listen to you now. Really? Or maybe if you didn't jump on board with him, he would have realized that he actually had to come up with a game plan, and you people decided that you didn't think it was important enough, that you didn't think this was an actual crisis, that you didn't actually care, that you didn't actually want a coalition. And to me, I don't think I should have to like kiss ass and just hold my nose and get through this so that the coalition can live. Fuck the coalition. Flat out. I said it. Fuck the coalition. If you won't actually join us on this battle, like actually help us make this a real coalition, because the fact is, if there were other places that were like, listen, we need support. Guess what? I'm like, all right, yeah. Why aren't you doing that? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you supporting that? I would do that, but you won't do it. And guess what? But I know I'm divisive. I know I'm the problem. Yeah, the Negro who's really about brunch is just radical, just so radical.
And here's what's so upsetting about it is that people demand a plan from candidates when it comes to everything else, right? People were freaking out because Bernie Sanders hadn't issued a specific plan about how he's going to implement single payer. oh, his planet's so thin. Well, we need more specifics. So it's okay for people to demand specifics when it comes to healthcare, but it's not okay for black people to demand specifics when it comes to police brutality. How does that work? How are we the assholes when we sit back and say, we want as much of a plan for keeping us from dying in the street as you have about this single payer fantasy that you're promoting,
or the breaking up all of the banks. You can break up all the banks. You have a timeline. Cool, that's great. What's your timeline on actually trying to enact some policies and or some groups or teams that's going to actually help?
You're going to cure Alzheimer's, Hillary?
Yeah.
But you don't have a plan for us,
right? Right.
All right.
I would have loved to get an email like say, hey, we're laying out how we're going to revolutionize how we police in this country. Really wonderful. I'd love to hear that. Even if I was like, you know what? I'm not sure this is going to work exactly the way. I appreciate that you're trying here. Like at least pretend like you give a shit. Like you won't even do that. Yeah, I'm supposed to fall in line, and I'm not falling in line. I'm not joining your coalition. And the fact is, this coalition could never lose.
It's a coalition of dicks anyway.
If the coalition actually came together and actually worked together and actually gave a shit about each other, the coalition would never lose. Because we would all team up and we'd actually fight and we'd actually stand up for justice and we would actually be able to push things through. We'd start on the ground level so that we can make sure that there's a Congress that can be workable. There we'd work on the local politics, on the local government, so that we'd be able to see what that, make sure that has we wouldn't be able to do it across the nation because clearly we don't outnumber everyone. But a lot of places it would all of a sudden it would change how we do these things, and you don't care.
They don't give a shit.
I'm like I said, but call me angry, call me divisive, call me grumpy. I lack all shits at this point about it because I'm right.
Right.
And Ian's like, I'm right. And the fact is that when we have to look at all this, like for 6 months we've been yelling about this, all of a sudden now a bunch of people, we actually had a listener, I actively apologize this morning, Imani. Did you see it?
I did.
About the fact that they said she thought that I'm not sure it was a male.
I think it was a woman. Yeah,
she thought that we were lying about the Bernie Sanders
Not
stuff.
lying.
And then
I think she thought that we were exaggerating. I
thought she said lie. Maybe I'm incorrect.
Oh.
And then she was like, and then I saw it for myself and like I need to they literally said I need to get on my hands and knees and apologize and beg forgiveness to Elon and Imani for this. All of a sudden people are seeing it and it's like, oh, it's really nasty. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people say to me that they've been yelled at in person. It's like gone from offline to meet space where people are bullying and yelling at people because they're not bowing down enough or showing enough fealty to Bernie Sanders. It's just sort of, I'm so over this Democratic primary. I'm over it than I was in 2008 after all the Hillary Barack Obama nonsense. It's just, and I'm telling you, I could have liked Bernie.
I wanted to like Bernie.
I wanted to like him, but now I don't think there's anything that anyone could do to make me like him because his supporters are dicks.
Guess what, Imani? I'm going to say it again because everyone doesn't believe me. I am still listening. That's right. Even with all of the dickitude that permeates throughout the Sanders coalition, I am still willing to listen if they actually got their shit together.
Yeah.
Apparently, actually, because I'll point this out, I pointed out on Twitter that because someone actually said, like, would you actually talk to Bernie Sanders? And I said, of course, I have. I've sent out requests for interviews or whatever. I've hit up his press secretary, and his press secretary said that, I didn't know you wanted an interview with Sanders.
Ha! Yeah, okay.
And she says, after the Iowa caucuses, I'm going to see what I can make happen. So, in theory, after Iowa, give it a little bit of time after Iowa, we should be able to sit down and have a conversation with Sanders.
I just want to be like, can you tell your supporters to stop being dicks?
Well, no. I do believe, I have said this before, there is a way you could speak up if you see your people supporting you being a dick about things and actively being a problem and people pointing out your supporters are a problem, simply saying, hey, that's not the best way of handling this, would go a long way. Mm-hmm. And that has yet to happen because I'm pretty sure he's probably scared of alienating those supporters because they're so fierce and loyal, but they come from a certain stock of people.
And loyal and white.
Like a certain stock. And the fact is that like they can be super white because you know what? That's what he's looking for. He doesn't need to actually get Negroes to like him yet.
Yeah, and he even came out and said it over the weekend.
Well, he didn't say it. Like
Well,
someone
he didn't say it.
supposedly.
Someone said it on someone from the campaign said it.
Supposedly someone from the campaign. We don't even know for a fact.
Sure if it was.
Like you always got like I'm not trying to put anything that they didn't say.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, definitely.
But yeah, supposedly someone was like, I don't like that's just not that important. Yeah. And you know what? From a perspective of a politician, they're right. But Bernie's not supposed to be a
That's the
politician.
thing. And that's the thing. If you just be like, yeah, Bernie's a politician. He wants to be president. He's establishment. He's been I mean, that's fine, but stop selling me that he's some revolutionary guy who's going to do all this revolutionary shit. Yes, a lot of the stuff he's going to do is like outside the whatever Democratic Overton window. But come on, just stop yelling at black people online about Bernie Sanders. However you're talking about talking to people of color and women about Bernie Sanders, don't do that. Do something else. Try another tactic.
The best
this shit
part
ain't
about
working. Watching all these Bernie bros in Ta-Nehisi Coates' mentions on Twitter, calling him, oh, well, he's just a neoliberal black face of the elite. Like, motherfucker, you may not like his politics or his writing or whatever, but he's a MacArthur Genius Grant Award recipient, and you're an asshole on Twitter. Rest my case.
Apparently, you're an asshole on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right then.
Imani said it.
All right.
We're just gonna let that shit ride.
All right.
There's more here, but we're gonna shut this down. We're at the hour, right, Aaron?
Yeah, we're
We've been blowing past that recently.
Yeah, we destroyed the hour. Don't worry.
Excellent. I'm tired, and I don't want to set people on fire. I really don't. I'm getting tired of it. But you know what? It is what it is, and eventually, like I'm very comfortable with the fact that when history actually looks back at this, we're gonna be right.
Oh yeah, I feel
Right.
perfectly fine being right. And
Yeah.
here's the thing:
Uh-oh.
I am not
I was
one
about
of
to
those.
shut down and another thing.
I'm not one of those like obstinate, stubborn people that won't ever admit that she's wrong. I'm not one of those people. I am happy to admit that I'm wrong, but I need to be shown that I'm wrong, and y'all ain't showing me shit.
Yeah, they haven't. They're not showing.
Nope.
You're not showing it. I'm sorry, guys. You aren't showing that we're wrong yet.
All right.
Amani, have we been sufficiently black?
Yep.
Your microphone sounds low. I hope that doesn't sound like that on the recording.
It doesn't matter either way. She's been yelling the entire It doesn't matter. You
It still matters.
You and Imani were both doing dueling black angry Negro banjos for the
So
past 4 years. So yeah.
Nigger.
So it doesn't.
No. Oh my, that's terrible. Aaron, have we been sufficiently black?
Yes, we have.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back here tomorrow, and I'm gonna Aaron, I'm gonna say something.
What are you gonna say?
Ready for this? Are you ready for this?
What are you gonna say?
We're gonna be on time tomorrow.
No. Ooh, what?
not
You
good.
know tomorrow,
I
like
am-
the whole internet's gonna collapse.
You know what? I'm saying it. I'm calling it. 3:30. It's gonna be on. Aaron, are you prepared for it?
No, nigga, you lying.
Nigga,
Aaron,
you lying.
Aaron, you gotta believe. If Bernie Sanders is gonna break up the banks, and Hillary is gonna stomp out Alzheimer's, we can start on time tomorrow.
What's your plan for starting on time tomorrow, Elon? You say we can start on time tomorrow, but I need to see some specifics.
The way we will start on time tomorrow, Imani, is that we have to make sure that we have our docket together, and then we have to make sure. Imani, you see, you were supposed to call me out immediately. Go like, but what's the plan to have the docket together? See, that's
I was waiting for you to get further, and then I was going to attack you accordingly.
Okay,
You-
so you failed already.
Damn
you failed
it!
already.
If you
Yeah.
women knew
We
more
ain't,
about.
everyone
Elon.
listening to this right now know we ain't starting on time tomorrow,
If you-
but it's a
starting
pleasant
on
dream.
time.
Listen, if
We're
you
starting
women,
on
if
time.
you women knew more about Twibbit, well, you'd know. All you women in blacks, other Americans know exactly what Twib is about.
The audience believes
the
in
general Twib population
General taste.
understands.
It's just the women with the mohawks and the blacks. They don't. They need to learn. They just need to. When they find out, it'll be great.
Actually, someone just tweeted that if we start on time tomorrow, they pledge to vote for Bernie. That's not how you win that.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I feel like you haven't been paying attention to the show.
Yeah, at some point, me and Elon will just be sitting there playing Street Fighter for 40 minutes and make ourselves comfortable. We'll be streaming ourselves playing Street Fighter. Starter 410.
And so no, I'm gonna try. I mean, look, we still are trying to figure out what's the sweet spot for the show. What's the best time to do it on to put the show on air in general. We're trying to find that spot. And 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific was just where it was around that we thought was right. But I mean,
Might have to be later because you live by the zoo.
Don't stop. First of all, shh. Don't be saying where I live.
Jesus Christ. You live in the general vicinity of a very large
There's
zoo.
a giant zoo.
An enormous freaking zoo.
It's too close, man. It's too close.
All right, shut the shit
Don't want
down.
people just like driving around. Listen, Republicans, I'm nervous.
Just riding. Elon! Just driving
I know you out here. And by the way, I'm like a lot.
Why you hiding, nigga?
A Negro with who wears expletives on the shirt a lot and doesn't look amused.
It might
I
not
don't
be
think
that hard to
I don't
find.
think I'm that hard to find out here. Like just like
Like, oh, you're looking for that guy with the F-bombs on his tat? Oh, yeah, he lives on the street
with
down
a
the
really
house down the
emo
corner.
dog. Like I
Yeah.
feel like people are just like, oh, that it's him, that guy right there. We will be back here tomorrow. Yeah. Even though I see people, everyone's calling me liars. No one believes that we're going to start on time. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
Aaron, what is the best way to get me? If this is a reverse psychology. Good job, because this is how you do it. You challenge me to my face, like you can't, because I'm like.
Now this is going to be. Now this is going to be interesting. You have natural. What is it? Opposition. Was it opposition something?
Opposition
syndrome?
research?
Yeah, that's it. Opposition.
No,
resistance.
research. No,
Resistance, something like that. You can't tell Elon to do anything, but then Elon will always tinker. So tomorrow he's going to be like, you know what? We should have 6 screens. I got 4 extra cameras. I think we can implement this all before 3:30. And then everyone's challenging him to get the show. Because the easiest way for the show to happen at 3:30 would be to do nothing at all, but prepare 4 videos and calmly sit down at 3:15 and start streaming. But that is literally, Elon will die. If Elon has to not tinker, he will die.
I mean, there's a couple things I want to test on.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
We're starting on time tomorrow. I am the captain, and we will be starting on time. I would start 3 minutes early. Mess around. Imani, be here about 2:45.
Okay. I'll be here at 2:45.
Aaron, be here on time tomorrow.
Oh, look, I show up at 10:30
Aaron,
every day.
Negro, that is a falsity. Like that, did you just lie on? See, Fox News correspondent Aaron Freeman, who just say he shows up on time every day.
I want my lower third to be like, this nigga late to work. I'll put it in myself for myself.
Yeah, don't do it, Aaron. But tomorrow we start 3:27. That's right. Forget 3:30. I'm upgrading. 3:27. 3:27 is going down. We are live, son.
When you wake up tomorrow and the internet has just gone out.
Like, actually, I'm expecting to just walk outside and there's just like a crater where the studio was. I'm talking way too much shit here. Like, there's no way that we can possibly do it. The fact is that I'm telling we're gonna start 3:27. I'm gonna walk outside. It's just an empty hole.
Yeah.
Just like, and then with some embers. We're just like, what?
You're the goddamn viper right now, and the mountain is a meteor that's gonna blow this entire studio kingdom down.
Like, Jesus said, nah.
And then he's gonna smash your head.
Jesus said,
poke your
nah.
eyeballs out.
You ain't starting on time.
It's
And I don't
sad.
believe anything else is gonna be messed up. Like,
Yeah.
everything else is going to be fine. Just the studio. Smoking hole. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3:27 p.m. PT. Get ready. Magic shall ensue. Have a pleasant motherfucking evening.
What? What? I ain't even say anything yet. Hey, they say the blacker the berry, you know the sweeter the juice. Time for this weekend blackness, so everybody get loose. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof.